The American-Moroccan Alliance has just organized a study trip to Morocco. There were 10 teachers from different districts in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, plus the Director of Education of World Affairs Council. And the objective of this trip is to have these teachers, it's basically a learning trip, and the teachers at every stop we met with the speakers, and we visited different venues where they learned about, like I said before, the day-to-day life of Moroccan, and the different institutions, including the government, the parliament. They learned about the monarchy, the human rights, women issues, religion in Morocco, the tolerance of Islam in Morocco. And the teachers really were very, very impressed with all what they saw, and probably you will have the chance to see some of their comments. I am very grateful to them, and I believe that this is one way to make this world a better place through the work of citizens, and through alternative diplomacy we can achieve a lot. That's what will dissipate a lot of these misconceptions and will help in promoting engagement of the two people. And I truly believe this baby step can play a major role in promoting peace in the world.
I teach world history and AP world history, so my goal is to use Morocco as a case study, not only in my lessons with my students for trade. I've been asked to write an article for the Texan, which is the Texas Council for the Social Studies magazine. And my principal has asked me to present to my colleagues, so hopefully inspiring them and my students that one day they would want to travel to Morocco and see all these wonderful things I've seen.
Every year they have this festival.
I have really enjoyed seeing all of the different historical elements that I usually teach about in class come to life on this trip. How, I can tell the students about how trade spread, Islam all throughout these different regions of the world, but really seeing in Morocco how, Islam came and was able to coexist with the existing cultures and other religions that have been introduced and other cultural elements. I can take those pictures back and these experiences back to my students and show them how trade and interaction really creates these fusion of different cultures. And so that's something that I'm not able to find anywhere else.
As far as things that I'm going to be taking back, the lesson and the curriculum that I'm creating is going to have to do with the balance of tradition and modernity that I've seen here in Morocco. And it is something that within the first, I'm talking 2 days that we were here, I got the impression that it is really important to Moroccans to not only be modern, but to also hold on to their traditions.
They talk to the people. So they learn the truth, the real truth, and then they go back and they tell the people there about what they saw. Mainly they're students. They will integrate some of this information in the curriculum, and they will teach about Morocco, what they saw in Morocco. And I believe this initiative, is part of what we call alternative or diplomacy. So I'm hoping that this teacher will become the goodwill ambassadors of Morocco and I guess educate the North Texas community and I guess the American community about Morocco.
I don't know what you know about the National Council of Human Rights, but when you travel around Morocco, you discover very quickly that this institution is the result of a long historical process of reconciliation between the regime and society. So the National Human Rights Council is among the family of the National Human Rights Institution in the world, and it was created in respect of to the national laws and also to the Paris Principles. The Paris Principles are the principles that regulate all national institutions in the world. First of all, it was an advisory council. Now it is a national council. I don't know if you are familiar with the new constitution ratified in 2011, 3 years ago. This constitution gave more prerogatives and greater missions to this council. The area of work of our council is very large. It goes human rights, civil, political rights, economic, cultural rights, and all the categories of human rights, women's rights, children's rights, person with disabilities, all of these kinds of.
In fact, our statute is based on Paris Principles,
Yes.
and there are two important components: autonomy and a larger competence for, like investigations. Sorry? You can add something here. Independence, yes, autonomy, independence, and then larger competence, like to deal with, complaints and of the citizens, etc. And we are going through a very crucial time in Morocco, because you know what happened in the whole region, and we have a new constitution, and it's really a real bill of rights for
20 articles.
Absolutely, it's very important. But you know that the constitution is still the supreme law, and if you want to have the details, and sometimes as they say, the Satan is in the detail, in the small print. So we have to be very vigilant and enact good laws. We have a good constitution, but when we try to enact laws that gives life somehow to, we should be very careful, and that's one of the most important work, yes, of this body.
I know in America, and we have, I think it's over 2 million people in prison, and we have so many people, unfortunately, in prison. And a lot of them, I think even close to what I had heard half, but have mental illness. I mean, a lot of those people do have mental illness. So my question is, there's actually two parts. You said you worked with Amnesty International. I know Amnesty is generally anti-death penalty.
Yeah.
What is the death penalty stance here? Because that in our country, that's a big debate, because we're from Texas and we have the death penalty.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a lot of people that disagree and a lot of people that agree, and it's kind of a fight. So what's your stance on that? And then also, how do you deal with the mental health issue within the prison system? And also a lot of addiction in the prison system.
We are against, and we are for the abolition of death penalty. Knowing that in Morocco since 1993, the death penalty has not been implemented at all.
But it's legal, just hasn't
It's
been
legal,
used.
but it's not real.
No cases since 1993.
Yeah. So there is a very important movement against the death penalty. There is a parliamentary coalition against death penalty and many institutions. And we have agreements with many coalition of civil organizations that are advocating for the abolition of the death penalty. In Sandwich, we have a team of doctors that daily go to visit prisons. They have today the right to visit prison without notice, to report on the situation of human rights. So they can determine if there are cases of torture, if there are cases of psychiatric illness, and then they issue reports to the competent bodies to transfer the people who needs to go to hospitals, or to transfer people to go to psychiatric institutions.
I think human rights have come a long way in Morocco, and I really commend you, for the great work you are doing. As a Moroccan, I'm proud, and really I knew that Morocco has progressed a lot in this field, but listening to you and really it's amazing what you are doing, and congratulate you on that.
I also was glad to hear about the Constitution from 2011 and how the king was able to preempt the Arab Spring, and how that transition has been so peaceful in Morocco. And I like how human rights are becoming more of a focus, and how there will be it is written in the Constitution that discrimination is not allowed for any people, women, minorities, Amazigh culture. I think Morocco is a great model, and I really hope the rest of North Africa and the Middle East can look at
أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. Ladies and gentlemen, first, I would like to welcome you as guests of the Kingdom of Morocco, and I hope that this study visit to Morocco would be fruitful and productive for you to know this beautiful country, its heritage, traditions, and culture and diversity, as well as the chance to enjoy the beauty of our nature. Today, Averroes Foundation for Studies and Research and Translation has the honor to welcome you again, and I would like to thank on behalf of the Foundation Professor Alianori, who asked the organization to program this meeting with its members in order to have an introduction to the Kingdom of Morocco.
Morocco has subscribed in a process of constitutional reforms. In fact, Morocco has had 5 major constitutional reforms in 1970, 72, 1992, 96, and 2011. These reforms show the will and commitment of Morocco, the progress towards a democratic regime based on the participatory approach and confirmation of the true citizens, charter that is constitution but citizens for the citizens.
At this very special moment, we'd like to extend and reiterate again our most warmest welcome to you again in the Moroccan way, in the Moroccan style, and dates and